Respected Sri Sushil Kumar, hello. I'm extremely thankful and feel very much obligated to you that you have taken up my case and decided to defend me. From the beginning of this case, I was neglected and had never been given a chance to reveal the truth before media or in court. The designated court did not provide me a lawyer in spite of giving 3 applications. In the High Court, one human rights lawyer told the court that Afzal had expressed his desire that he wanted to be killed by toxic injection rather by hanging, which is absolutely false. I never told this to my lawyer. That lawyer was not of my own choice or of my family, but it was due to my helplessness and non-accessibility to a proper lawyer. Being locked up in a high-security jail and without being in communication with that human rights lawyer, I could not change him or convey my objection regarding my death desire to High Court, as I came to know this after High Court's decision. In the Parliament attack case, I was entrapped by Special Task Force of Kashmir. Here in Delhi, the designated court sentenced me to death on the basis of Special Police Version, which works in nexus with STF, and also came under the influence of mass media, in which I was made to accept the crime under duress and threat by Special Police ACP Rajbir Singh. That threat even got confirmed to designated court by TV interviewer Shams Tahir Aaj Tak. When I was arrested in Srinagar bus stand, I was taken to an STF headquarters. From here, the Special Police along with STF brought me to Delhi. In Srinagar, at Perimpura police station, everything of my belongings was seized, and then they beat me and threatened me of dire consequences regarding my wife and family if I reveal or disclose the reality before anybody. Even my younger brother, Hilal Ahmad Guru, was taken into police custody without any warrant and was kept there for 2 to 3 months. This was first told to me by ACP Rajbir Singh. Special police told me that if I speak according to their wishes, they will not harm my family members, and also gave me false assurance that they will make my case weak so that after some time I may be released. The most important priority I gave was to the safety of my family, as I know from last 7 years how the STF men kill Kashmiris, how they made youth invisible and had disappeared them while killing them in custody. I am a living and organic eyewitness to various tortures and custodial killings, and I have myself been the victim of STF terror and torture. Being a surrendered militant of JKLF, I was constantly harassed, threatened, and agonized by various security agencies like Army, BSF, and the STF. But since STF is unorganized, without being accountable, a band and a gang of renegades patronized by the state government, they intrude every house, every family, everywhere in Kashmir, anytime, day or night. If anybody is picked up by STF and his family came to know about this, then family members only wait to get his dead body, which they hope. But usually they never come to know about his whereabouts. 6,000 youths have disappeared. Under these circumstances and under this fearful environment, persons like me are always ready to play any dirty game in the hands of STF, just for survival. The people who are able to pay in terms of cash are not forced to do the dirty things the way I did, as I was not able to pay. Even one of the policemen of the same police station of Perimpura named Akbar had extorted 5,000 rupees from me long before the attack and threatened me that he will charge me with selling duplicate medicines and surgical items, of which I was doing business at Sopore in the year 2000. He came here in designated court and became a witness against me. He was knowing me before Parliament attack. In the courtroom, he told me in Kashmiri that my family is okay. Indirectly, it was a hidden threat, which the designated court hardly could realize. Otherwise, in court, I would have questioned him. But before court started recording his statement, he told me that. Throughout the trial, I remained mute and a helpless spectator as witnesses, police, and even judges all became a single force against me. I remained a frustrated, bewildered, and confused man between the security and safety of myself and my family. I protected and saved my family. That is how I am lying in death row. In 1997 to 98, I started a business of medicines and surgical instruments on commission basis, as I could not get a government job due to the reason of being a surrendered militant. Because surrendered militants were not given jobs. They were either to work as SPOs or STF, or to join the renegades under the patronage of security forces or police. Every day SPOs were getting killed by militants. In these conditions, I started my commission-based business earning 4,000 to 5,000 rupees per month. But the police informers, SPOs, usually harass those surrendered militants who do not work with STF, etc. From 98 to 2000, I usually used to pay 300 rupees, sometimes 500 rupees to the local SPO so as to keep myself in business. Otherwise, these SPOs made us present ourselves before security agencies. One of the SPOs one day told me that they too have to pay their bosses. As I was working hard in my business flourished. One day at 10 a.m., I was on my two-wheeler scooter that I had purchased just 2 months back. I was whisked away by STF men in a bulletproof gypsy to Pai Halan camp. There the DSP Vinay Gupta tortured me, electrified me, put me in cold water, used petrol, chilies and other techniques. He told me that I possess weapons, but at evening time, one of his inspector Farooq told me that if I paid 10 lakh rupees to him, the DSP, I will be released or they will kill me. Then they took me to Humhama STF camp, where DSP Ravinder Singh also tortured me. One of his torture inspectors, they called him Shanti Singh, electrified me naked for 3 hours and made me drink water while giving electric shocks through a telephone instrument. Ultimately, I accepted to pay them 10 lakh rupees, for which my family sold the gold of my wife. Even after this, they could manage only 80,000 rupees. Then they took the scooter too, which was just 2-3 months old, which I had bought for 24,000 rupees. Thus, after getting 1 lakh rupees, they let me free, but now I was a broken person. In the same Humhama STF camp, there was one more victim named Tariq. He suggested that I should always cooperate with STF, otherwise they will always harass me and will not let me live a normal life, a free life. This was a turning point of my life. I decided to live the way Tariq told me. Since 1990 to 1996, I had studied in Delhi University. I used to give tuitions in different coaching centers and home tuitions. This fact reached the man Altaf Hussain, who is the brother-in-law of SSP Ashik Hussain of Budgam. It was this Altaf Hussain who managed my family. Rather, he became the broker between my family and DSP Humhama Dwinder Singh. Altaf told me that I should teach his 2 children, one in 12th and the second one in 10th class, as his children were not able to go outside for tuition due to militant threat. Thus I became very close to Altaf also. One day Altaf took me to DSP Dwinder Singh. DSP told me that I had to do a small job for him, and that is to take one man to Delhi, as I was well aware about Delhi and had to manage a rented house for him. I was not knowing the man, but I suspected that this man is not Kashmiri, as he did not speak in Kashmiri, but I was helpless to do what Dravinder told me. I took him to Delhi. One day he told me that he wanted to purchase a car, so I went with him to Karol Bagh. He purchased the car. Then in Delhi he used to meet different people, and both of us, him, Muhammad and me, used to get phone calls from Dravinder Singh. One day Muhammad told me that if I want to go back to Kashmir, I can. He also gave me 35,000 rupees and told me that this is a gift for me. 6 days or 8 days before, I took a rented room at Indra Vihar for my family, as I decided to live in Delhi with my family because I was not satisfied with the kind of life I was living in Kashmir. I left the keys of my rented house with my landlady and told her that I will be back after Eid festival on December 14th after Parliament attack, about which there was a lot of tension. I contacted Tariq in Srinagar. At evening he asked when I came back from Delhi. I replied just 1 hour before. Next morning when I was about to leave to Sopore from bus stand Srinagar, police caught me and took me to Parampura police station. Tariq was also there along with the STF. They took 35,000 rupees from my pocket, beat me and directly took me to the STF headquarters. From there I was taken to Delhi. My eyes were blindfolded. Here I found myself in special police torture cell. In special cell custody, I told them everything regarding Muhammad, etc. But they told me that I, Shaukat, and his wife Navjot Gilani are the people behind Parliament attack. They too threatened me regarding my family. And one of the inspectors told me that my younger brother Hilal Ahmed Guru is in STF custody. They can lift the other family members too if I don't cooperate with them. They tried and forced me to implicate Shaukat, his wife, and Gilani, but I did not yield. I told them this is not possible. Then they told me that I should not say anything about Gilani, about his innocence. After some days, I was presented before media and cuffed. There were NDTV, Aaj Tak, Zee News, Sahara TV, etc. ACP Rajbir Singh was also there. When one of the interviewers, Shams Tahir, told me, "What is the role of Gilani in Parliament attack?" I just said that Gilani is innocent. This moment, ACP Rajbir Singh got up from his moving chair, shouted at me, and told me that he had already told me not to speak about Gilani in front of everybody, which is the media personnel. Rajbir Singh's behavior exposed my helplessness, and media personnel at least came to know what Afzal is saying is under threat or duress. Then ACP Rajbir Singh requested TV personnel that the question regarding Gilani should be washed away or not shown before public. At evening time, ACP Rajbir told me that if I want to talk to my family, I replied yes. Then I spoke to my wife. After finishing my phone, he told me if I want to see my wife and family alive, I must cooperate with them at every step. They took me to various places in Delhi, from where they showed that Muhammad had purchased different things. They took me to Kashmir, from where we came back without doing anything. They made me sign at least 200 to 300 blank pages. I was never given a chance in the designated court to tell the real story. The judge told me that I will be given full opportunity to speak at the end of the case, but in the end, he did not even record all my statements. Neither the court gave me whatever even the court recorded. If recorded phone numbers be seen carefully, the court would come to know the phone numbers of the STF. Now I hope that the Supreme Court will consider my helplessness and the reality through which I had passed. STF made me a scapegoat in this criminal act which was designed and directed by STF and others which I don't know. Special police is definitely a part of this game because they forced me to remain silent every time. I hope my forced silence will be heard and justice will prevail. I once again pay heartfelt thanks to your good self for defending my case. May truth prevail.